Yesterday, we learned about our Native American tribe, what region they were located at, and of course, what kind of housing that they used to live in. Today, you learned in reading with Mrs. Nunez about the resources like plants and animals that your tribe used, and of course, the things that they traded. Sometimes they had to trade with other tribes for things, and some things they traded. So today I'm going to show you how to assemble these parts of your Native American lab book. So you're going to need the same supplies we needed yesterday, your color pencils, scissors, and glue, and you're going to actually tear this page out of your book. Once you do that, you can put your book aside. I'm going to set this aside just for a moment while I get everything cut out. So I'm going to start by cutting out the plants and animal resources. Remember, dotted lines are fold lines and solid lines are cut lines. So don't cut along any of the dotted lines. Otherwise, your flips won't work properly. I bet some of you have brothers and sisters who have done the same project before. Now, once we have done that, we are going to cut along the solid lines. But we are going to stop when we get to that dotted line. If you go past it, then it won't work right. So you have to stop when you get to that dotted line. I love flip books that work like this. Now you're going to turn it around on this side. Same thing, right? Okay. Now I'm going to set this aside for just a moment while I show you how to assemble this. Now we are going to be placing this in the center part up at the top. So this is going to be right at the very, very top in the center. So we're going to place glue, but we're only going to place glue down the center, okay? Just down the center. So with that, let's do that. Okay. Okay. There we go. So it flips open just like that, okay? Now you're going to do plant resources on one side and animals on the other. So you need 4 plants that your tribe used and 4 animals that your tribe used. And the type of information you are going to collect, well, first of all, you're going to draw a picture of each of those animals and each of those plants and just put the name of what it was right there. And then on the inside, underneath, you are going to show what they used that item for. So maybe they hunted bear and they used their hide for blankets and fur to keep warm in the winter. So you would draw the bear, you would write bear, and then underneath the flap, you would say why they used the bears. Okay, or maybe they used a plant like the creosote bush. And so you would draw a picture of a creosote bush, you would write creosote, and underneath you would say what they used it for. Many of the purposes of the creosote bush were for medicinal properties. They used it for healing. So here is an example of what that looks like when it's complete. So here's a student example. So they had plants on this side and animals on this side, okay? And they put grass and leaves and flowers and fish and deer and elk and buffalo, and underneath they drew the picture, they colored it, And underneath, they wrote what they used it for. They used the skin. I would be a little more specific, and I would say what they used the skin for. Well, they used it for clothing, okay, or blankets. So that should be a lot of fun, okay? Once you are done with that, we are going to complete the portion on trade. So you can set your folder aside once again. And now grab the second half of your paper that we just finished cutting from. And now this part is just a little more complicated, okay? So you're going to cut these out. Obviously, the dark line means you're going to cut each one of those little strips separate from each other. What I like to do, if the pages match up exactly, I like to stack them on top of each other and cut like that. Saves time. Okay? Once you have those, you can set them aside just for a moment while we cut out the second part, which are these. These are going to become little pouches. They're a little more difficult to assemble, but they look so good when they're finished. Okay. Can you tell I'm not used to using student scissors? I always use adult scissors and not student scissors, but it's okay. I'm doing it for you guys. Get rid of all that extra paper. Once you have this completely cut out, I will show you how to bend it, fold it, glue it to assemble your pouches. Don't forget this. This is like a little tab so that you can pull out the little slips of paper from the pouches. So there's one. And here's the second one. Almost done. So you will need your glue. Remember to color everything nicely when you're done. Remember, fourth graders don't scribble, so try to do the nicest, neatest coloring that you can do, because this is for a project grade. Oops. Circles are hard to cut with these scissors. There we go. Awesome. Almost done. Beautiful. There we go. Okay, so now we're done. So you have your little strips and you have these. All you'll need now is your glue and your file folder. You're going to assemble your pouches before you glue them on your file folder. So remember, the dotted lines are fold lines. So we're going to fold it like this. And you're going to put glue on this flap. And fold it in to glue it. And then you're going to put glue on this flap. And fold it in glue it. There's one pouch. One pouch is done. Just check it to make sure it will hold things. Yep, that'll work. Let's do the second one. We're going to fold it. There we go. Make sure everything lines up. Going to put some glue right here. Fold it inward. Glue it. Put some glue on this side. Fold it in like so. Okay, now let me show you where your two little pouches are going to go. So they're going to be on the inside of your flap, on the same center as your plants and animals went, but down here at the bottom. Now keep in mind you're going to have a lot of stuff on this page, so make sure that you put them as close to the bottom as you can without hanging them off the edge. So glue on the back side, right there. Glue on the back side of this one. Put it right there. Beautiful. Okay? And the great thing is now you have these little strips. You'll be putting 4 strips in each pouch. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So you're going to, on each one of these strips, you are going to list 4 of the things they traded. So the things they collected to trade with other tribes. You're going to write them down on each strip and put them inside your pouch. So they should fit right inside your little pouch. Done. And then on these strips, you're going to write things that they needed from other tribes. So they had to trade for. You're going to write them down on the strip and you're going to put them inside here. So let me show you what the completed trade looks like. So here they are. I think some of them are missing, but it's okay. You can get the idea. So baskets and animal skins might be some of the things they trade. Actually, they're all in one. So I don't know what it is they traded for. Let's see this one. Here we go. This one hasn't separated. So this tribe is the Yoku, and they traded seeds and dog pups. So they must have breeded animals. They traded fish. They traded sea urchin. And then on this other one, you write down the things that they needed from trade, like rabbit skins and shell beads. Ooh, I think we're going to learn about shell beads. Anyways, when you're done, slip your little slips inside the pouch, and then you're done for today. So take a picture of your plants, and yours isn't going to look like this because you're not done with everything. Yours is going to look like mine. So just take a picture of your plants and animal resources and the things they traded for and insert it on the slide for today. And then you'll be done with today's social studies assignment.